What's going on? Today I want to talk about the importance of frame. The importance of frame. Frame is a mindset through which you view the world. It's something that no matter what's going on, you can boil it down to this is what's most important to me. So it becomes the caveat by which everything else is judged. For me, that is, as I've mentioned several times throughout my videos, fatherhood. Right now, my frame is fatherhood, and the question through which every decision should be filtered. Obviously, a lot of times I don't think about it, and that increases the more you think about it, is how will this affect my ability to become a father? And by become a father, I don't mean, my ability to get a girl pregnant. I mean my ability to provide for my children after they're born. I mean my ability to spend time with my children after they're born. I mean my ability to be loving and not have my past issues affect my ability to be a parent to my children. So when I say be a father, I don't just mean, a deadbeat dad. I mean, be there for my children as much as possible. And a lot of this is affected by my own father. I love my father dearly. He provided for me and our family wonderfully. I wish he had spent more time with us, but I understood why he wasn't able to. The man worked 60 plus hours a week. And to this day, he works 50 plus. So I understand why we didn't have as much father-son bonding as I wish we did, but I can't say it hasn't affected me. It's affected me in the way that I want to be able to be there for my kids. And part of that, of course, becomes being able to provide for them and provide for our family enough that I can step away when I need to have time with my children. So that is the frame through which I view the world, is how it affects my ability to become a father. And once I am a father, my frame will change to how does this affect my children? And every action that I do, that I take, probably will affect my children as the provider for them. So even then, my actions are still incredibly important and should be viewed through that lens. But fatherhood is not the only frame. Really anything that you're passionate about can be a frame. Anything that solely captures what you want in life, the main thing. For some people that is money. I would say that if your main objective in life is to become wealthy enough to have pure freedom, I would caveat that question rather than saying, how will this make me more money? I would say, how will this make me a consistent source of income? Is this going to help me generate consistent income? Because you can make one-time shitty decisions that will make you rich. Selling out typically falls into that category. Like shitty sponsorships like Raid Shadow Legends and shit like that. I almost said Ridge Wallet, but I've used a Ridge Wallet for about 6 years, so I'd probably be open to a sponsorship by them. Like my Ridge Wallet is, I don't know if you can see that bright ass sunlight, but my Ridge Wallet is like scuffed as fuck. My cards are kind of fucking up in there. Part of the elastic's coming out. I guess I need a new one. But I mean, I've had it for 6 years. I've never had a wallet last that long. And it doesn't give me spine problems like having a leather wallet in my back pocket did. So I would be open to a Ridge Wallet sponsorship, but I would never, ever, ever consider something like a fucking Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. And you know what the sad thing about it is? They'll still email me. I'll get to a point on this channel where they will still send me an email, despite the fact that I am going on record right now to say that I will never accept a sponsorship from them. I've played their shitty game. It's terrible. I fucking hate it. I don't want any of their money. I don't even want to play video games. I don't want a video game sponsorship of any kind. Least of all Raid Shadow Legends. And watch, I'll send out a screenshot because by the time I get a message from them, I'll be able to do community posts. I'll send out a screenshot of an email where they sent me a sponsorship deal. Because that's the kind of company Raid Shadow Legends is. They prey on the people who have less veracity in their convictions. They don't want to sell out, but the second they see that money, they do. I will never fucking do that. Raid Shadow Legends can go kiss my ass. Raid Shady Ladies, as I like to call it. I have gotten completely off topic. Point being, there are decisions you can make. God, that was a rant and a half. There are decisions you can make that will make you rich now, but will have you lose credibility in the future. That makes it extremely difficult to sell something that is actually high value. And that should be the goal, is to make sure what you're selling has a high enough value to be worth it to your audience. And that's specifically like the YouTube creator thing or really anything where you're getting a sponsorship. A good example of this is, of course, Hamza and First Man. Both of them have only taken like one sponsor, and it's short form, which, given how many book recommendations they both make, it makes perfect sense for them to be sponsored by an actual good, like, condensing audiobook type of platform. I don't know if I would ever take a sponsorship from them, just because I don't tend to make book recommendations. I tend to just read the book myself. But yeah, I'll probably end up recommending books at some point, but probably not enough to make a short form sponsorship anything other than, you know, mildly disappointing. GamerSupps probably wouldn't sponsor me because I actively disagree with the idea of video games, or the idea of regularly, like every fucking day, playing video games. But I do drink GamerSupps because it's one of the most effective. This has just turned into a video of what sponsorships I would take or wouldn't take. This was supposed to be a video about Frame. Fucking hell. I mean, okay. Let's look at... This is so stupid. Let's look at different sponsorships through different frames. Fitness, fatherhood, money. And see how, if those were my three frames, how would I decide each sponsorship? Fitness. GamerSupps. No. I would take a sponsorship from an actual pre-workout that I like, or I would make my own pre-workout, which would make more sense. Fatherhood. No, probably not, because I wouldn't really encourage my kids to use caffeine if they don't need it. And I definitely wouldn't encourage them to play video games, you know, regularly. It would probably be a rare instance, and it would be like a party game or something. Money. Yeah, it's probably one of the least offensive. I say offensive as in like against your goals. Caffeine-related sponsorships. Fuck G Fuel. I've had G Fuel. That shit makes you feel like you're tripping off of fucking Flintstones gummies. I think that's a reference to Russian Badger. Like fuck Red Bull, fuck Monster, especially fuck Bang. Bang is awful. 300 fucking milligrams of caffeine in a Bang. That is the daily recommended max in a single drink. That's fucking way too much. And there are probably some other like caffeine related sponsors, but GamerSupps is, in my opinion, one of the better ones. So if money was your frame, that's a yes. The other two, that's a no. Ridge Wallet. Fitness. Completely unrelated. It would seem just disingenuous if you were a fitness content creator and you started talking about a wallet. That's kind of unimportant. Fatherhood. In my opinion, yes, fatherhood is all aspects of manhood plus being a parent. And one of the aspects of manhood is the daily essentials that you carry with you. Phone, wallet, keys, headphones for me personally. So yeah, I would probably take a Ridge Wallet sponsorship, because if you actually look at some of the statistics of back problems that come from sitting on wallets all fucking day, I could make a whole ass video about that. Money. Yes, it's literally a wallet where you store your money. If you're talking about business every day and you're talking about especially things like, you have several videos on your channel about the way you properly use credit cards and how you rarely use debit cards, it might be worth it to have a wallet that is specifically designed to carry multiple cards and probably very little cash. So 2 or 3, not bad. Ridge Wallet. Raid fucking Shadow Legends. Fitness. No. If I was a fitness YouTuber, I would actively discourage the use of video games, especially mobile games, because they're particularly addictive and would waste time, because you take your phone into the gym, most likely to listen to music, and having access to Raid Shadow Legends while you're supposed to be in the gym on your fucking grind is idiotic. I don't have any games on my phone, and if I did, it certainly fucking wouldn't be Raid Shadow Legends. Hard no on fitness. Fatherhood. Fuck no again. Video games are inherently addictive. They're designed to keep you playing. Mobile games even more so. Raid Shadow Legends even more and more so. It's also just not a good game. If I was gonna have my kids play video games, it would probably be either competitive video games with a group of friends that are specifically focused on fun, which can make any video game fun, even when you're losing. Or it would be a single player game that I think actually has a decent enough story to be worth it. Money. If you are a gaming channel and you can get a consistent sponsorship from Raid Shadow Legends, that is a pretty decent, consistent source of income. I still will immediately doubt your integrity, because I know full fucking well you're not playing a mobile game. You're a gamer. You don't play mobile games, especially not shitty ones like Raid Shadow Legends. Because that's the worst part about it. They have exactly what they want you to say laid out. Which means you can't talk about how the game's actually bad. Because most people who have actually played Raid Shadow Legends know it's bad, but every content creator who's sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends doesn't ever mention that fact. So that's an issue, in my opinion. So maybe 1 out of 3 for Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah. Let's see, who else regularly sponsors content? This video is sponsored by Audible. Fitness. There are some people who listen to audiobooks in the gym. I don't know how. I've done it before, and I can like feel the lack of drive to do anything when I'm actively trying to process information while working out. So it's a little weird. Now, of course, there are going to be book recommendations for just about anything. Almost anything, any type of channel can have book recommendations, because almost any type of topic has books. I only have a minute left to finish this fucking video, so let's wrap this up. Fatherhood. There's a lot of books on fatherhood. I plan on writing one eventually. Audible would be a fine sponsorship, but it depends on how many book recommendations you personally make, and I think you should be making book recommendations before you take that sponsorship, not just on that video. Otherwise, it does look inconsistent. Money. Yes. Yes. Generally, if you're a money-based channel, you sell ebooks. If you make an audiobook of it, there's no reason you wouldn't take an Audible sponsorship. Audible is a good, safe, effective sponsorship. There's no reason you shouldn't take that. Sorry, this video was not very much about Frame, but I am out of fucking time. I literally have